Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So this week I'm doing something a little bit different. It's not going to be a vlog. As you can probably tell from the title of the video, this is going to be a makeup review / tutorial on drugstore products. Now what I actually use on a day-to-day basis for the most part is all drugstore products. I am a firm believer in that you don't have to drop a ton amount of cash to have makeup that works. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I believe to be the best makeup in the drugstore that's going to be the best bang for your buck and it's going to last all day. So let's get started. So with any makeup routine, you have to make sure that you have a solid skin routine first of all. So right now I have no makeup on my face. I just washed it and my skin tends to be very dry, especially during the winter. So for me, it's very important to keep my skin hydrated. And what I use for that is I use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel, and this stuff, guys, is amazing. So whenever I use some sort of moisturizer on my face, I have to be very careful that it's not very oily because my skin, although it is very dry, once I moisturize it, it tends to absorb a lot of that oil. This stuff, guys, is amazing because it doesn't leave my skin oily. It keeps it very supple and hydrated, but not oily throughout the day. So we're going to start off with this first. So now that my skin's nice and hydrated, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my primer, which is the Milani Prime and Shield. And this is oil-free and mattifying. So it's going to go ahead and control any of that oil that might come out through the day. And because this kind of smooths out and it's pore minimizing, I kind of have to be a little bit careful with this if I want my makeup to last all day because it does have silicone in it. So in order to get that kind of smooth all overall look, it's going to kind of sit on top of your pores. It's not really going to seep in because you don't want any of that creasing. But with that, you have to be cautious because if you tend to have a little bit of rubbing off on your face, if you apply a little too much of this, it can wear off throughout the day. So you don't want your makeup kind of being runny or kind of getting a little patchy. So just be mindful when you're applying this. And a tip and trick that I've learned is that I actually don't put any on my nose just because my nose does tend to get just naturally oily regardless of whatever kind of moisturizer I use or whatever primer. I found it best that my skin reacts better to makeup throughout the day if I don't have any primer on it, because the less product you have, the less of it that it's going to cake up or it's going to slide off because it's sitting on other products. Alrighty, so now that's all nice and set in. So next we're going to go ahead and move on to the foundation. And for the foundation, I am using Wet n Wild's Photo Focus foundation in the color Cream Beige. And this stuff, guys, I swear by. Like, I love it. It's amazing. It stays on all day. It's very good coverage. It's very good coverage, but it's buildable. You don't need a lot for it to make a big difference, which is something that I really love about it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dot this on my face. Tell me how to get this way. And for this, I'm using a beauty wedge, which essentially is a beauty blender, you guys, but I get the brand Beauty 360, I think, which is CVS's brand, and there's about like 30 of these for $5. So I really like these, and I have used beauty blenders before, and honestly I can't really tell the difference between these and a beauty blender. If you guys are looking for an alternative, these things are great. And then I'll show you whenever I do my concealer why I really like that they're kind of these triangle wedges. So now moving on to my concealer. So for the concealer, I use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Creamy Beige for my highlight. So now with this, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight, and I like to apply it in the shape of a triangle down my face like so. And now I'm going to use the same beauty blender. This is the side that I use for my foundation. I like to use a shorter side for my concealer and just go ahead and start working that into my skin. Okay, now that I've gone ahead and done my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and set it with some finishing powder. So for my setting powder for my concealer, I use the NYX HD finishing powder, and it's in the color Banana. I really like this one because I do have very dark under eye circles. The Banana shade really helps it kind of neutralize kind of the purple / blue. This is a compressed powder. I'll take my brush and I'll basically just kind of break it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set. Okay, so I know I look a little bit crazy, guys, but just stay with me here because I'm gonna let that bake, because I find that whenever I let it bake, it just kind of makes it a nice smoother finish for me, and it really helps out with my under eye dark circles. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the bronzer. So for the bronzer, I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And guys, when I tell you this is the best bronzer, it is. Like, best bang for your buck, and it smells so freaking good. It seriously smells like pina coladas, and it makes you want to be on a beach somewhere. So for my eyebrows, I use the NYX Eyebrow Bake Powder. It's in the color Dark Brown. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use an eyebrow brush to go ahead and line my brows. Tell me how to get this way, doing things I can't explain. So for my eyeshadow, I typically do something very natural. And for this, I'm going to use E.L.F's Golden Bronzer Palette. It's a really pretty palette. There comes 4 colors, just kind of this kind of brown, a little bit of a pink, a nice bronze color, and then there's like this highlight, which is a little bit lighter. These are all really pretty colors, and you can also use it for a highlight as well, which I will be using that. My first color that I'm going to use is going to be this dark brown that I'm going to use for my crease. And now for the colors of my lid, I'm kind of going to combine the pink and the bronze color just to get a nice pretty shade. Okay, now that my eyeshadow's done, I'm going to go ahead and sweep off the excess that I have on my face for the powder. I just kind of leave it onto my eyeshadow just in case I have any fallout. It just makes it easier to clean up. So for eyeliner, I use Maybelline Precise Ink in color black. And this is a liquid liner that takes a little bit of practice getting used to, because it's very hard to do a liquid liner. I have to like really get in there. I'm gonna make some really weird faces, guys, but it's just for the sake of the wing liner, okay? I know that wing liner is so hard. It takes me sometimes 2-3 times to get it right, but practice makes perfect. And just one practice doesn't always make perfect. I really like to use this NYX product to clean up any imperfections. So this is Wet n Wild's Cold Eyeliner in color Rose Neutral. So we're gonna take this and just clean up the wing a little bit. And then I also like to take this and line just the bottom of my brows to just kind of give it that really like cut, nice, smooth look. I feel only you, I feel only. For mascara, I actually use 2 types of mascara, and I like to put this just kind of on the base of my lashes. And then very quickly I switch over to the Mega Plush Lash to make it nice and voluminous. I'm gonna also apply just a little bit of this bronzer, so actually this kind of tan color right here at the top, as a highlight for the tip of my nose, and then also on the cheekbones, on my Cupid's bow. And to finish out all off, we're gonna go ahead and do a little lipstick. This lipstick I absolutely love. It is from Wet n Wild. It's in the color Bare It All, and it's such a pretty nude shade. And that, guys, completes the drugstore makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, please like and comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to follow me on all of my social media. I post new videos every Thursday, so I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.